How's it going, everybody? Doing a video game manual reading vid here today. I got 3 manuals. I'm not going to read through the whole things. I'm basically just going to read, like, if they have character bios or a little story. And sometimes they give you a little blurb, page worth of some story, what's going on, type thing. If other stuff seems cool, I'll read it as well, like some combat stuff or whatever, but I got Blood Omen 2 for the Xbox, Silent Hill 4 The Room for the Xbox, and Fatal Frame 3 The Tormented for the PS2. So kind of a horror-ish, 2 are survival horror games. This is called like an action horror game, right? But Blood Omen 2 here, you got Kane. This manual is not in full color. There's the Duke, the original Xbox controller. It's huge. I like that controller, actually. I like the S as well, the one they put out after. But I like this one as well. That actually is a scratch. I don't know where it came from. It must have scratched my face or something. Okay. Got some writing here. This is going to be a little tough because this is, like I said, it's just a gray pages with white lettering. Okay. In a world, my armies are all slain. My castle lies in ruins. My enemies have taken everything from me, all my wealth and power. But they could not kill me. I still walk the earth, weak but alive. They have taken everything but the beating of my undead heart. Do vampires' hearts actually beat? Wasn't it a thing like they actually don't? They're essentially zombies too. Now they will learn of fear, these mewing babies who thought they could destroy me. I shall regain my powers, and I shall come to them in the night, and my visits shall not be kind. The story of Blood Omen 2 takes place 200 years after Legacy of Kain Blood Omen and several centuries before the events of Legacy Kain Soul Reaver. The vampire Kain awakens in a strange city with almost no memory of his former self. Another vampire, Uma, has taken him in and revived him to health after a deadly battle that Kain barely remembers. He is weak, and has lost most of his former powers. Worse still, his weapon, the Soul Reaver, is missing. Uma begins to fill Kain in on the recent past and pieces of Kain's shattered memory. Return. That sounds weird. Since the events of Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain TM Blood Omen, TM, Kain had become a commander of army of vampires, bent on ruling the land of Nosgoth. In response to his rise to power, another faction appeared in the land, the Sarafan, a group of militant humans led by a mysterious and powerful figure, the Sarafan Lord. Determined to wipe out the vampire threat, the Sarafan clashed with Kain's army for years. As war ended with the Sarafan finally triumphant over Kain's armies, and with Kain and the Sarafan Lord locked in mortal combat. The Sarafan Lord won this battle, stripped the Soul Reaver from Kain, and threw him off a cliff to his apparent death. Uma, I think that's how you say it, tells Kain that his body was found and revived, and he has been brought to the capital of Nosgoth, the city of Meridian. Kain has been unconscious for over 200 years, and in this time the Sarafan have taken fascist control of most of Nosgoth. Vampires have formed a small resistance called the Cabal in Meridian to undermine the Sarafan. It is the resistance that Kain is now a part of. The goal of resistance is simple: kill the Sarafan Lord, and the Sarafan will crumble. Because the Sarafan do not know of Kain's existence, he becomes the perfect agent to find and kill the Sarafan Lord. Kain agrees to help the Cabal for the time being, but he fully intends to follow his own agenda and seek revenge however possible. And that's really That's a nice, you get a nice little thing there. I'm going to real quickly just say that, so his dark gifts he gets are Mist, Jump, Charm, Telekinesis, Fury, Berserk, Immolate. He's just destroying enemies without touching them. That pretty much burns them on fire. Telekinesis obviously throws stuff around. You can pretty much charm people into doing stuff for you. The Mist lets you go through walls and stuff. And Jump is just you can jump further. Fury, perform a stronger, more powerful attack. Okay, here's some the characters here. The Denzians. Kain, this nobleman turned vampire, is seeking to regain control of the land of Nothgard. This is his story. The Sarafan Lord, Kain's most powerful nemesis, is the evil warlord who controls Nothgard's capital city, Meridian. I called it both those now, Meridian. He was the Sarafan Lord himself for 200 years ago, resurrected the Sarafan armies and defeated Kain. Uma, this sensuous vampire, is a lieutenant in the Cabal, the vampire resistance in Meridian. She acts as both guide and friend to Kain. Some of these names I'm probably pronouncing maybe wrong. Vorador, this old friend of Kain, leads the vampire resistance. Kain doesn't completely trust Vorador and reluctantly accepts his help. Throughout his quest, Vorador will offer Kain aid and direction, sometimes using the Whisper, a natural ability of vampires to speak to each other across great distances. Sebastian, an old vampire acquaintance of Kain, Sebastian is now helping the Sarafan seek him out in the industrial quarter. The Seer. No one knows the origins of this mysterious witch living in the canyons. Marcus, another one of the traitorous vampires working with the Sarafan. Marcus can be found in the upper city, but beware his psychic abilities. And we got more. Faustus, the first of the enemy vampires Kain meets. Faustus dwells in the smuggler's den. That's right, you're killing them. And then you're taking their abilities to powers they have. Magnus, being held forever inside the eternal prison. Magnus has gone mad. Kain must defeat him before he can escape. And then there's guards and knights, glyph guards and beast demons. Here's some of the pictures. I'm pretty sure that the Sarafan Lord's being like controlled. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of like alien race that has appeared that has come down. I don't know, from another planet or a dimension or something, and they're involved. So I don't know. I think that was the thing. It's been so long. Next up, Silent Hill 4, The Room. That's your door to your apartment on the inside. You don't get a lot in this. This isn't full color though, which is nice. As you can see. There's the old beast, the old original Xbox. It was built like a tank and it could withstand a lot. Okay. This is the little amount of stuff you get in Silent Hill 4. Manual. Prologue. It was 2 years ago that Henry Townsend moved into room 302 of South Ashfield Heights, an apartment building in the medium-sized city of Ashfield. Henry was happy and enjoying his new life. But 5 days ago, something strange began to happen. A recurring dream began to haunt him. And there was one other thing. And they show the door locked. Characters Henry Townsend. Henry is a calm young man who never lets his feelings show. By the time his story begins, he's been locked in his room for 5 straight days. Suddenly, a large hole appears in his bathroom wall with no reason or warning, and he's dragged into the depths of terror. Eileen Galvin. Eileen is Henry's next-door neighbor, the young resident of room 303. She has a kind personality, although she has a tendency to depend too heavily on others at times. The relationship between Eileen and Henry is nothing more than simple recognition of one another. But they are both dragged into a strange set of events that will change everything. There they are. There's actually a hole in like his bedroom. I think it's his bedroom wall that you can look look through into hers, and sometimes you'll see her like getting ready or something, and then there's one of the Robbie the Rabbits from Silent Hill 3 on the bed, and eventually you just happen to look again, and it's looking at you, pointing like, "Yeah, I know you're spare. I'm you're spying on her," you know. It's funny. You see, there's nothing really else in here. Just trying to get the steel pipe for a weapon, revolver, holy candle, Saint medallion, first aid kits. This was a new enemy for this one. I forget what they called it, if it had a name. They are showing the dog a lot. Wonder how much this goes for now. There was a Silent Hill Dying Inside comic book. It was $20 in that thing. I bet you that thing, if I look on eBay later, that thing will be like $100. Let's see. Let's do some as filming and see how much this comic is going for. No, it's actually not that bad. $20. Someone's selling for $19. There's a few of them. $100 for the complete set, signed. That's kind of cool. They're not that expensive, man. I might have to look into those actually. I was like, these comics are gonna be like $70 each. Only the Silent Hill video games are extremely expensive, apparently. All right. We'll end with Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. Once again, a nice color manual here. This one's interesting because I'm going to have to talk more about certain things because I'm not seeing them give you any kind of story. The object of the game, here we got ghosts fighting with spirits. Ghosts will attack you as you explore the manor. If you have acquired the camera obscura, you can use it to fight back against them. See page 28, Fighting with Ghosts. Messages from ghosts. Not all ghosts will attack. There's hidden significance in the actions of some of the ghosts that wander the manor. You might reveal their secrets by the paths they follow and the rooms they enter. Hey, I think that's all the games. You'll see ghosts kind of just walk through a room real quick, and sometimes if you take a picture of them real quick, you get points. The words they speak and the written items they leave behind also contain a wealth of clues about the message they want to get across. Listening carefully to their messages will help you to figure out the best way to proceed. Exploring with the camera obscura. Some things inside the Dream Manor can only be discovered when viewed or photographed with a special camera called the camera obscura. Whenever you come across something that you think looks suspicious, it's worth taking a picture of it with the camera obscura. The object of the game. So here's the little story they're going to give her. Ever since her traumatic loss, I want to say it's Rei Kurosawa, the game's protagonist has wandered night after night through a mysterious manor that haunts her dreams. She begins to notice disturbing changes in her body when she awakens, and before long is in the grip of a curse that threatens her life. You must guide Rei through the old manor and use the various means at your disposal to help her solve the mysteries. Okay. Here's some real-world stuff. When you exit the manor or reach a certain point in the game, you awake from the dream and return to the world of reality. Back in her house, the main character's house. When you return to the real world, your health, as well as the number of film and any other consumable items, are reset to their base level. Ooh, that sucks. I did beat the first part of this. I guess it did. Everything reset. Special strength film stronger than Type 61, as well as the current level and powered up parts of the camera obscura will remain the same, so your upgrades don't go away. Taking and developing pictures. Some of the pictures you take during the dream state can be developed back in the real world. Once you've developed these pictures, you can gather more information about them using the methods described below. Ask Miku to carry out research. She's the one from the first game. She can carry out research in certain photos. I did that too, and she helped out. She's like your assistant, consulting reference materials. Ray's fiance, Yu, was a keen student of history and old folk legends, and you will sometimes be able to gather information about what your photos contain from the books on his shelves or the things left behind on his desk. It might be a good idea to check back here whenever you obtain a new photo or piece of information. We got a notebook here as well. Parts of the mystery that you have already solved and the thoughts of Rei Kurosawa herself are entered into the notebook in real time as the game proceeds. Player characters other than Kurosawa, Miku, Hinasaki, and Kai, or maybe Kei, I don't know, Amakura. As the game progresses, other characters apart from Rei make their appearance, wandering lost through the Nightmare Manor. All the characters have their own special abilities to help them find their way through the challenges the manor throws at them. See page 30, special character abilities. Game over. The game is over when the player's character's health is reduced to 0. That's similar to real life. I'll skip some of this. I'm not going to read all this. That's showing you all the things you can do. With the camera obscure all the little parts of it. Map screen. Saving gameplay items, upgraded lenses. Here we go. Do the fighting with ghosts. Basic techniques. Finding the ghost. The filament is highly responsive to the presence of ghosts in the direction the player character is facing. Look all around you to find where the ghost is hiding. Listening for sound can also be effective, and since any noises will be coming from the direction in which you will find the ghost, charge your spirit power. Your spirit charge will continue to accumulate as long as you have a ghost caught in your capture circle. The bigger the charge you accumulate, the more powerful the damage you inflict when you press the shutter. Watch for a shutter chance. Yeah, sometimes you get it gets red, you get a powerful attack. When you have caught a ghost, your capture circle will sometimes turn red. Taking a picture at this time knocks the ghost back and inflicts serious damage. And then you take a picture. You can put down the camera in evasion, running around. You can upgrade the lens, obviously, blast and slow. And here we go. Watch for the fatal frame. Occasionally during a shutter chance, the red lamp will flash on and off. This signals a special moment of opportunity called the fatal frame. If you take a picture at this instant, your adversary will be knocked right back, sustaining massive damage and earning you a large number of points. You upgrade with the points you get. And you can hit them back, and you can hit them with another fatal frame right away. Who knows what might happen? Certain kinds of upgraded lenses make it easier to pick the right moment to shoot. And if you're caught by a ghost, you can jiggle around the joystick. Alright, there's some special character abilities. Here's a Rei Kurosawa. This character has a good balance between attack strength and movement speed. A characteristic strength is her large camera circle, which makes it easy for attack effectively. She has the largest amount of accumulated spirits points because you use her the most, probably. Flash, you can use the flash to knock back a ghost by pressing the circle button. Miku has a strong attack strength but a small capture circle, making it harder for her to attack effectively. She's also not as physically strong as the other characters. Because of her slight physique, she is able to crawl under the floor and squeeze into areas that other characters cannot reach. She cannot use upgraded lenses. She has the Sacred Stone, so if you hit 0 there, circle, you can slow down the ghost movements, double. If you keep the shutter pressed down, you can charge your spirit power level to a second level. And here's a Kai. He moves quickly, but is not very good at fighting ghosts. Press the circle button to make this character crouch down. So it looks like he might not have. Does he have the, do you use the camera with him or no? It just tells you to hide from ghosts, store the maximum amount of spirit power you can accumulate. It's insane. Environments and player characters. Environments. Every night, Ray returns to a strange nightmare manor. It is an old Japanese manor house surrounded by heavy snowfall. It is known as the Manor of Sleep. Built and rebuilt countless times over the centuries, it is like a maze inside. Ray's home is a small house in the suburbs. She was supposed to share the house with her fiancé, but the accident changed everything. Miku lives in the house now, working as Ray's assistant. The storage room has been turned into a pitch-black photography darkroom. This house is a little too big for Ray, who spends most of her time working anyway. Parts of the house are quite eerie and seem to give off a mysterious, otherworldly air. Here are the characters. Ray Kurosawa, the protagonist of the main story and freelance photographer. Since losing her boyfriend in an accident, Ray has found herself drawn into the Manor of Sleep, which she sees every night in her dreams. She's desperately trying to solve the mystery, connecting the Manor of Sleep to the curse of the tattoo. Reminds me of Deathmark. Kai Amakura, a non-fiction writer conducting research into folklore and urban legends, also drawn into the Manor of Sleep. He is able to provide Ray with various kinds of information. His spirit power is weak, and he finds it difficult to fight off the ghosts that attack him. Instead, he relies on his wealth of background knowledge and superior health to help him confront the curse of the tattoo face to face. He can take a beating, but he can't dish it out. And here's Miku. This will, I think, tell you that she was in the other, maybe doesn't. Lives in Ray's house where she works as Ray's assistant. Since being drawn into the Manor of Sleep, she's regained her lost spirit powers. She too is trapped inside the Manor of Sleep, lured there by the vision of her dead brother. Her strong spirit powers enable her to use the camera obscura to its utmost of its abilities. She's got the most experience with the camera. She's got some credits there. But yeah, that's a reading from 3 video game manuals. Thanks for checking us out.